Welcome back to Tarqaron. We're here to talk
Are you sure we're
about
not doing a
we're here to talk
Pirates
about
of the
the Nintendo
Caribbean?
Switch 2 launch game everyone's been talking about.
Everyone's been talking about it. It's called the Nintendo
Nintendo
Switch
Switch 2
2
Welcome
Welcome
Tour.
Tour.
All right.
Yeah.
I know when we always were talking about the Switch 2 coming up, we were so hyped for this one, and this was one that was on the top of our list. Must buy. Must buy. It was like almost so stupid that we wanted to review it just for that reason. We will not
Yeah,
review Mario
pretty
Kart
much.
World, and we will review Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. That's what the people want.
It's what everybody's clamoring for, really, I think.
But we haven't talked
Um,
about it at all. You know, I see you
no.
playing your Welcome Tour. I played my Welcome Tour,
Mhm. Mhm.
and here we are. We're gonna review it, and
Mhm.
as the start of all our reviews, we'll start with a GAT check. No, a gut
A
check.
Gat check? No, please no. I don't want
Yeah.
to see. The Gat check.
We'll start with the gut check, which is our score out of 10 that we're
Yep.
feeling coming into this review. And after we talk it out, we'll lock in our final scores at the end. All right. 3, 2, 1, flip. 2.
7.5, baby.
Wow.
This Here's the thing. This
Wow.
is this score This score is divorced from the fact that
I thought
you
you were
have
about
to
to
pay
say
for
the
it.
score is beautiful in this game.
No, this score is divorced from the fact that you have to pay for it. I legitimately think this is really good.
Wow.
I
I'm out.
legitimately.
I'm
I
out
I
on it.
actually think it's good. No, I think that, like, had this just been bundled in with the system, which it 100% should be, I think it's really good. I think it's
Wow. We are so
it's a
far
good
apart.
showcase. I know, it's
The
crazy.
disparity's
This might be
big.
the most far apart we've ever been. I think it's a really good showcase of pretty much all the features of the new controller, which is, mostly mouse stuff. But I think in terms of showing that off, it does a really good job of doing that. I also think that, like, despite the fact that like a good 40 to 50% of the game is just like literal information about your Switch 2,
Uh-huh.
I kind of appreciate it in a weird way. Like, I don't know any other console that's like
Sick.
giving you this kind of information up front and being like, yeah, this is like, these are the details of your console. Like, to the point where it's a more interesting way, it's a more memorable way to relay this information than it would be just to, like, release it on a spreadsheet and send it out. Because, like, I don't know, there's an interesting interactivity to it. To me, what I get out of it is it's like what you would expect out of, like, a museum piece. Like, you go to a museum and this is the kind of stuff that, like, to learn about, like, to gamify learning about a thing. You have like an open exhibit and you kind of learn about all these different things, and then you kind of gamify the way you're quizzed and you learn about it. I think all of those things put together works pretty well. Why do I have to pay $10 for this?
Yeah, well,
That's my other question.
I can't
I think
divorce
it's
it.
pretty good.
Yeah, I can't divorce it because if they packed it in, I just wouldn't be talking about it. I'd just be like, okay, that's cool. That's neat that they did that. You can't be mad at it. They packed it in, but you released it. You made it cost $10. So I'm viewing it. This is a game I just bought. I bought this game, and the self glaze was crazy. They were so high on themselves. They were like glazing themselves up about all these little stupid things they did. They're like that have been things like we even have way of Wi-Fi and wireless connection. It's like, okay, we get it.
They
This
they
is
didn't
like
glaze that
they
that
glazed so
much.
hard. They glazed every little
They
detail,
did,
and none of it was very
they really
remarkable
didn't
to me.
glaze that much.
None of it was very remarkable. If you look at the Switch 2, on the technical side of things, like the mouse thing is pretty neat. Other than that, there's nothing really that distinct. It's like, okay, we're going to talk about the Switch 2 camera. Okay. We're going to talk about how we have a normal controller, the Pro controller, and let's glaze how we have
I actually
this.
haven't gotten to that. I actually haven't gotten to that because
We haven't gotten to that.
I've actually been enjoying. No, I've been enjoying the game part of this game. I've been trying to metal all of the. I've been trying to three metal every mini game, and you know what? These mini games are hard.
They're hard.
They're actually legitimately
But I
difficult.
found some of them
and,
so annoying,
and they're
though.
good.
I found some of them so annoyingly hard.
Except for one of them. There's one of them that's I don't think is very good, but it's also the hardest one of the game.
But no,
So,
I beat this game. I got all the stinking medals. I got all.
I don't believe you.
I got
I do not believe that you got all the medals.
Not the medals, the whatever the fuck they're called.
The stamps.
Stamps. Yeah, and I got 2 medals in every single one, but I didn't get the third.
Okay.
But
yeah, the third medal is that's a real legitimate challenge in a lot of.
But it was actual hell for me when I tried some of those, so I was like, I didn't do that. I put 10 hours into this damn game. Jesus, 10 hours of welcome tour. Glazed
it's a game.
Information. When I got to the final area, area of this game, and it presented itself with 15 different quizzes, chills. Absolute chills.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what it does at the end?
Well, it's
I didn't get completely to the very end.
You get inside of the Switch too at the very end.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, there's going to be some cool games in here, right? And there's like maybe like 2 games, and there's like a shit ton of quizzes, and there's just like so many to go through. It's like,
well, the quizzes are probably all just like, what are all the things you've learned throughout
no,
your time
it was still
here?
teaching
is
you
it like a
new
recap
stuff.
Or?
And then, when you get to the final little area, it's just like two little, like a couple little stamps, and then the final quiz is like a recap. 13 questions on all the stuff. But in the final area before that, it's just like a shit ton of quizzes and some annoying to find stamps. There's just spent so much time going all around the damn thing looking for an invisible thing to pop up. But yeah, it was rough for me.
I hated. Well, did you notice that there was one quiz that was exactly the same as another quiz?
No, I did not.
It was the doc. It was talking about like it was basically talking about like the output, like the resolution. So it was talking about like the it was talking about like and this to me was why it was so interesting, because like I think this is such a why is this $10? This is such an interesting way to like talk about tech stuff to just Jimmy, who's 15, he doesn't really know all that much about tech stuff, or little or my dad. I don't know. My dad doesn't necessarily know about like what is a pixel. Okay, well this explains that, and then it goes into the detail of like how that information is relayed. So it doesn't just talk about like the Switch 2 is technology. It's talking about technology itself in a really interesting way.
Technology.
And like that to me, it was just like I don't know. I found it sort of valuable as like a little museum piece. It kind of talks about Nintendo history a little bit, which I like is fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I as a game, it's cute. It should not cost money. It should have been bundled in. I don't understand. Yeah, this is the thing. When you had Reggie at the helm, here's some history for you. Reggie, and I think we may have talked about this in the previous video, but Reggie stood behind the fact that the Wii Sports should be bundled in with the Wii system.
Correct.
You should not sell it separately. It needs to be bundled into the console because this is the selling point of the system. Now, I don't think this is the selling point of the system. This is literally just like, for lack of a better term, this is like an interactive manual, but it also has games, and some of them are really great. Some of them are not very good, but some of them are little. Some of them are just little tech demos with the controllers. But like, I don't know. I had fun like guessing getting to like the limit of like trying to angle my stand the right way. It's just like I know angles pretty well, and it's like I spent a good like 5 minutes with that, and that was fun, and I got all 3 medals, and that was really enjoyable.
Wow.
And that's kind of what I mean. It's a fun little like learn about your console and you get to play games with it at the same time.
The damn vibrating one was pissing
why was it
me
not
off.
bundled in? Which one?
Pinpoint
Which
the
one?
location.
That one sucks. That one's I saw people on Reddit call that one the Dark Souls of Nintendo games, because it's like You literally have to to get the third medal of the last one. You literally have to get it within 1 pixel.
Yes, it's
And
crazy
and
stuff.
and people are like, I don't care what you say, Nintendo. You damn HD Rumble 2 is
It's not
not
that
that
good. Not
precise.
that good.
It is really good. It is really good. It's not that good. And
Mhm.
it's not that good, and there's no way in hell that you think that it could ever be that good.
You know, the weirdest thing with not including this in the system as well is that there's nothing on
Mm-hmm.
launch that showcases the mouse controls, and so
Yeah, isn't that weird?
like I was like when you showed that game with the wheelchair, I was like for sure that should at least be something that you start the console with, right? Like no, how long do we have to wait for that? Is
Yeah.
that July or August? Like no
It's
one
whenever Metroid Prime
like
comes
no
out,
one was
right? Is
interested in that
Metroid Prime?
game when they saw it. But if you pack it in as like, or not even pack it in, or just have it as a launch, like a cheap launch game, then it's like okay, people probably play it just
Yeah.
to have something different and try out the mouse control. But no, you have to get the welcome. You have to buy the welcome tour in order to even like see the mouse controls. It's weird, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
what the
Well,
showcase.
technically, you
Most
can
of the showcases like that's the highlight of
really
most of
geared
them.
towards that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is geared mainly towards that. And I mean, I think it's a really good showcase for the mouse controls because it shows a lot of different ways
Mm-hmm.
to use that. I do. No, I think actually, I don't remember if this is. I don't remember when the Mario Kart. Sorry, not Mario Kart. I don't remember when the Mario Party Jamboree expansion comes out.
It's about a
I
month
don't think
from
that's
now.
available. That's not available right now.
Yeah.
That's about a month from now. That's going to use mouse controls. I think that's also going to use the camera.
Yeah. Everybody gets your
For
camera.
okay, I guess I don't know. I guess I don't know if it uses mouse control. It definitely will use the camera
Right.
though, which is interesting.
You would think it would.
Um,
It would. If you're gonna go for the gimmicks, you would think it would do the mouse somewhere,
I
but
it should. I think it should because I think those like particularly as I was playing some of them, I was like these would be great Mario Party mini games. I was thinking with some of them I was like this would be really good.
so
This would be really
did
fun to
you
try to like
did you use your
beat
lap
some of
for
them.
it, or did you have a Surface in front of you?
Both. I used both. I think it worked. I liked it work. I felt it worked better on like on like the couch surface, so it was like next to me.
You got. I feel like this is the
Um,
optimal way to
my
play.
lap's just not big enough. My lap's just not
It's
big
just
enough.
not big enough.
I don't get a. It's just I don't have a
Well,
big.
I found that
Um,
some stuff was actually getting annoying with trying to use my lap for it,
yeah,
or yeah. I
I
feel
think
like I need a
maybe if
pretty
you
good
turn the
spot.
sensitivity, yeah, if you turn the sensitivity up higher, like to because there's three settings, which I think maybe have some more. Maybe have a slider. I don't know if I liked the fact that you only have three settings for the sensitivity. Give us a
Mm.
slider. It's 2025. Give us a slider for that. For crying out loud, I could do that. I've been able to give a slider on my PC for like 20 years at this point. Give me mouse sensitivity or more than that probably.
So
Um
I did
so
every quiz. I did all the lost items. I did all the stamps, and I just the only things I couldn't do were a couple of the demos, like the Pro Controller, because they don't have it yet. I actually ordered one,
all
but I
right.
don't have it yet. And I forget if there was
Right.
one for the camera too. Then if so, that I couldn't do that one. Just a couple
There was one
things.
for the I think there's one for the camera. There's both times the 4K display ones, I wasn't playing on a 4K display because that the only one
Right.
in our house is the one in my room, and I don't have my Switch 2 hooked up here,
Yeah, I
so I
felt
have it
yeah
hooked
they
up
did me dirty
downstairs.
on
So
that. I was like, and then the couple times I was like, oh, let me sit down in front of the TV. It's like you need to get in handheld mode right now. Oh, damn it!
get
I'll do that
handheld.
later.
You get handheld mode right now, right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do that later maybe.
but so
I found it actually
yeah,
insulting to this game when I bought. It's just gonna sit there and like glaze itself and then give me these patronizing ass quizzes where it's like, which part of the system is this? Is it the ketchup packet? Is it the microchip? Is
like
it go
I
fuck yourself?
I yeah, it's very much like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. The first five questions, how they always give you there's always like a
Yeah,
joke response. It was like that here too. Every single answer had like a joke response, and I was like,
it's
do
like
we really need to do that for every single one? I mean, like,
yeah.
I get it for some of them, but it's like every single quiz has a joke response. I did not like that. I did not like that, Sam. I am.
And then once you go all around the crevices of every attachment and console, they want you to click on all the different
I
buttons.
I like that though. I thought that was cool. I don't know. I think again, I think if you didn't charge money for it, this would be great. It's is it as memorable as like Astro's Playroom? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Astro's Playroom is like the greatest launch
And
game
that's
of
what I
all
thought
time.
of when I saw all the different
Um,
peripherals and stuff.
yeah,
I'm like, this is like
yeah,
they
and
did it
that
way better.
that that was cool because they did it like a museum in that. But
Yeah.
I did also appreciate this kind of this tack it took on that idea of like, yes, we're going to show off these things, but you're also going to be able to like legitimately like look at them up close and personally. We'll even get to show you the circuit board of this dang thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or get to go into the internals and like check out the circuit boards and see how that stuff's all built. I don't know. I think that's such an interesting, illuminating way to like look at and approach and talk about a console that I don't know. It was itching the like how things work side of my brain. I kind of like knowing about that sort of thing. So it was like I liked it. I don't know.
For sure,
I
and I
can
would
say
have been so
I thought it
happy
was
with it.
effective
I
and
would have been happy with it,
yeah.
with all my grievances, if it was just sitting there on the console when I opened it up. And it's just like you can't
I
complain. I
can't. I
mean,
just
it's hand in hand. It literally is like a manual, on
yeah
like in a 3D space. And then it's like, no,
yeah.
pay $10 for this, and then it's like you're teaching me like fundamentals of like what a controller is, and it's like I have to get a game to do that. It's just weird. It's a
But
weird vibe.
I'm already accessing the game by using the controller.
Yeah, I already actually played the game that was provided to me, and
Yeah,
yeah.
it's called Mario Kart World. I got it bundled in
It's like,
because I
oh,
got the
there's a
digital
mouse
version
feature
of
on
it
this. I
on
would have never
console.
known if I didn't buy this damn game. Huh. But I just, yeah, it was tough for me,
HG Rumble is really good though.
and then all the different. There was way too many quizzes. Like, I wish you played that final area. You'd tell me there's not too many quizzes. So many, and it's like, and then the dreadful feeling when five of those things pull up next to the quiz. I gotta read. I gotta read
I know
five
exactly what
shits.
you mean. I was like, oh god. I was like, why can't you just give me 3 every time? I don't have to read 5 things.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could have combined a couple of these.
Yep. I wish I had taken notes on a couple of them because a couple of them were so stupid too. Like the points you're supposed to take away from them. It's like Nintendo has had wireless things for years. Okay, remember that for the quiz.
like, wow, thanks for that. Nintendo's been using wireless controllers since
Yeah, look
this
at all these
time.
amazing technology we use, like We Speak, uh,
Yeah.
highlighting all their stupid ass technology that like.
Okay, here's the thing. I actually find the microphone on the Switch 2 very impressive. The reason for
Hmm.
that
I just used it for the
saying
first time today, actually.
the
Yeah.
the clarity,
Hmm.
I was shocked. I was shocked that the console sounded that good. When it was as damn far away as it was like 15, 20 feet away from me and it sounded like I was right next to it talking to it.
But did you
That's
try the blender?
incredible.
Did you try a vacuum yet? That's what I'm waiting on.
No, I banged like a popcorn, but I had like a popcorn bucket sing by, so I banged that while, and then I talked during
Because
that.
that's what I gotta see.
It
Like
worked
I just played
pretty
with
well.
my friend Luke today on Mario Kart. The
Hmm.
one he was a guest on our channel, and
Yeah,
yeah, we were testing it out. I was like, just for the meme, we'll probably switch to Discord anyway.
yeah,
But it actually worked.
yeah.
It was it's kind of annoying, like just like having to speak openly, like feel like you have to talk louder or whatever, uh, and then like especially if there's gonna be anybody around, it's like, well, where's my
I
headset
also
set
love
up?
the fact
I
that
need like a pro controller to even to plug in a headset or anything. So, but
oh, that was my favorite. That was my favorite point of the quiz. Actually, it was like not only can it read voices, but it can also interpret emotions. And I was like,
Hey, what the fuck
What
was
the hell
that
does that
about?
mean? I said that. I said that out loud. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
And
And
it's
my
stupid.
housemate was watching me play it, and he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, what the hell does that mean?"
They say
And then I went on
we
and I was like,
cancel out every
"Yeah,
noise except for clapping because that's like the most
yeah,
important part of
clapping."
human condition or some shit. It's like some weird statement like that.
Well, it's
It's like
positive energies. People are like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, great. So your damn friends are gonna stand behind you and
clap
do
it
this
up,
the whole
clap it
time
up.
while they're trying to talk.
Uh,
Clap it up behind you,
yeah, I'm glad it
slappy."
captures emotion is crazy. The
It's like, what does
reach,
that mean? What does
yeah.
that mean?
But there were some that were
Yeah.
annoying to me. Like I think I ended up getting all the medals on this one, but it was just silly when you had to touch all the 10 dots on the
Oh yeah, I did that.
screen.
I did that all first try. That
Yeah,
was a that was weird. It was yeah. I
and
felt
it's
like a
like get a
like a
buddy if you need
wizard.
help.
Yeah.
This is a lot of dots.
There's a lot of dots. Am I
But then there
right?
was one. What was the early on the mouse one where you have to like avoid the asteroids and stuff? That was pissing me
Oh,
off
avoid the
early
spike
on.
balls.
Yeah, that
Avoid the
was
spikes.
pissing
Yeah,
me off. To get the
that was
third medal,
crazy.
especially, is like
Getting
crazy.
insane. Yeah. It was pretty insane. It
Like,
was
why is it
insane
that
how.
hard on some of
Yeah.
these? And then there's literally like the one like the vibrations. Like, okay, I guess I'm not getting that. I'm just never doing that. The third medal for that is crazy.
So so there's actually I actually found the cheat for that.
Ooh.
And if you're watching this and you want to know what the cheat is, if you want to get all the medals, if you're insane like me and you have like a collector's sort of like I want to get them all mindset. So the key to that is actually to count so the size, the radius of the radius, not the diameter, but the radius of the sensitivity zone is about 70 and between 70 and 71 uh small micro there's like rulers along the edges of the screen, and it's if you count 70, and you don't actually have to count like 1 2 3 4 5, you can do like 10 20 30 because there's it's like set out like a ruler, so it does have like fives and tens are distinguished. So if you find out where like the intense zone is, and then you go out from there and you find like the area of it that's where it's not intense anymore, where you can't feel any vibration, and then you count 70 in, that should be right around the zone of where the pixel is that you're trying to find. And then you just do the same thing on the x-axis as opposed to the y-axis, and then you should theoretically be able to find the zone there pretty easily. But
Man,
it'll
man,
probably take a few
fuck
tries
this
even after
game,
that.
man.
But that's that mini game sucks. I don't like that. I think that one's kind of BS because it's like, man, how am I like I'm like 15 things away from it. I was like I'm like pretty much right on it, and it's like now you're 15 pixels away, and it's like I don't care. Why does it have to be that close?
It's
Crying out
crazy.
loud.
Yeah, actually, it's kind of a self-own that it's like it can't be that precise with this shit. It's just a general area.
Yeah. This
It's
is
like no, you got to get it within one. It's like how, bro? I felt it here. It's the same over here. Yeah.
I did like also knowing or discovering that the controller can actually make tones with the
Oh
vibration.
yeah, that was
That
nice.
was actually really cool. That's a cool feature. So, yeah.
A lot to say. A lot to say. And
Yeah.
welcome.
What's the welcome tour? The welcome wagon.
Imagine buying a
Um
welcome tour. This is crazy. Yeah,
that's still insane to me. I don't wa- I can't fathom it. I mean literally this is what I that was the score I gave Divorce from It. I'll give you my real score for it when it comes to it, and that is going to take into account the fact that you have to pay for this game. I
no,
will say that.
you don't have to come
Um,
down for me, brother. You feel in your heart you love this game, then you love this game.
I do kind of love this game in a weird way,
I don't.
but I
I
don't love the fact that
fundamentally
I had to
actually
pay money for it.
disagree. Like I didn't like most of the games, and it was like it was a dull. It was like I kind of liked the presentation in some ways, but it was kind of really dull and dry in others. And then the fact that I paid for it and they're glazing in my face like that, it just was really. It was kind of the most insulted I ever felt, and and the worst purchase I ever made. So
The worst purchase you've ever
it's the worst
made.
I've felt about a
Wow.
purchase afterwards. I feel like because they
Yeah.
made me feel bad about it. Like I just bought a game for them to tell me how good they are, and look at our Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Well,
Look how
God.
good our Wi-Fi has been for years.
Yeah. Do they legitimately say that?
No, they just say stuff
It's
like
like,
that when it's like stuff that clearly Nintendo
yeah.
has not been like the best at,
Like,
and it's like, look at all the history we have of doing like subpar technology. Come on.
our epic Wi-Fi connection
Yeah.
on Nintendo Wii, everyone's favorite.
So, final score: 3, 2, 1, flip. 2.
6.
Oh yeah.
So
It's a Tarqaron score of
it, like
4.
it does legitimately get like a full almost 2 points docked just for the fact that you had to pay for it. I think that's ridiculous. But I think there's legitimate fun to be had if you're a weirdo like me and you like
You drink the
berging
Kool-Aid,
out
bro.
about weird technical facts of your system. This is a fun, like there was even a thing where it's like, well, I can tell this person never played didn't play the Welcome Tour. I mean, they didn't pay $10 for it, so they saved money. But I remember seeing like an early, like the Switch just launched, and they were like, "Can you fit the Switch 2 onto the Switch 1 dock and vice versa?" And it's like, why would you? First of
Wait,
all, why?
wait, that just awakened
Second of
something in
all,
me.
that was a thing that they addressed specifically in this to be like, no,
Yeah,
we
I
designed
never
it so
thought
that you
ever that
can't
that
do
was
that.
going to be a thing. But also, that just
Yeah.
awakened another thing that they told in here is that you can attach the Joy-Cons upside down and facing other ways.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't because it doesn't actually charge. But you can do it. Why the fuck can I do that?
Yeah.
And why is that a feature that you're
Yeah,
highlighting?
what?
Like, you can just throw the shit on. If like if you're in a rush and you don't want to turn it upside down, just throw that shit on upside down, twist it around. The Joy-Con, one Joy-Con's facing up, one Joy-Con's facing down.
It would be
Whoa.
interesting. What would be interesting to me would be, so the console must recognize that that's happening. I wonder if there is some feature that a game could potentially use with that. That's the only thing that
What kind
I'm
of
thinking
stupid?
of.
What kind of stupid gimmick could you do with that?
I don't know, but it could be kind of cool. I don't know. You could come up with something weird and bizarre.
It's like, your character just got confused. Turn your freaking Joy-Con upside down, you fool.
Turn your friggin'
Turn one of your
Joy-Con upside down.
Joy-Cons upside down. Make it look goofy.
We'll,
That's how
we'll
dumb
know
you
you
are.
did it. We'll know
Yeah.
you. We'll know you did it.
That's the new.
Yeah, but you can't do it on the. You can't do it on the actual attachment though. You can't do it on the
Right.
on the
That would
grip.
be
So
silly.
that would be that'd be just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, there's so many weird little tidbits in there, like nothing as crazy. I feel like as the emotion thing, but there's stuff like that
Yeah,
that I
that was
wish I took note of. It's like, what a
that
weird
was one of the weirdest
takeaway.
things I've
But
ever seen. That was it relays emotion. I was like, what do you mean? What is that?
it
What is
captures
that
emotion.
supposed to mean?
You block out all the other noise, but
Yeah.
emotion, you still get that.
It was like, yes, you would get emotion in someone's voice. You're not just a robot. What do you mean?
Oh man.
I did like playing around with the microphone thing where you had the voice effects. I was like, oh, this is like the 3DS voice effect thing. It's not as robust as that, but it was fun
Oh
because getting
man.
to hear my voice in slow motion and down pitched like this. I
You
was like,
like
ah,
that?
that's great.
You're sick.
I love that. I'm a sick
You're
I'm a
sick.
sick man.
You drank the Kool-Aid, and one day you'll reach enlightenment. You'll come out of the cave, and you'll see, oh wow, this. I was glazing the whole time. I was part of the glazing problem. Yeah, you were.
I don't think.
Basically.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I don't think they should have charged money for this. I still don't think that they shouldn't. They shouldn't
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, I never would
But
have bought it for this review. And
yep.
I mean, I learned how the mouse works, but other than that, I don't think any of the knowledge was particularly groundbreaking about the the different peripherals. I don't know. So
I liked it. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I do want the Pro controller because I've actually heard people say that it's the Switch 2 Pro controller is a fantastic
You gotta get on that
controller.
GL and GR.
So,
You gotta
yeah,
hear what all the hype's about.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I have it.
sure.
I have it waiting. I gotta pick it up. So
Mm.
way too much money though.
Yeah, it's pretty
Don't get me
expensive.
started. I gotta
So,
give myself a $55 Switch 2 camera, or hook. I gotta hook this bad boy up to it right here, this webcam, because you can just hook up to
you
USB
could.
mics.
You, I love how you're just like, yeah, you can, but or you can literally just use kind of whatever webcam you want. You don't need to buy our thing.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciated the honesty there.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't really actually have to use our goofy camera with a stand.
Yeah. But it's so good if you want.
There it is.
Just go walk up it.
It's
Let's take
so
an
good
elevator
if
up
you.
this shit. All
Let me
right.
find the one little kiosk that tells me, hey, there's the LR button. There it is. LZZL. I mean, I
Yeah, I was
don't
actually
know.
annoyed at first, like with the navigation in this game too. It was like so there's
I didn't
shit
realize
all
I had
over the
a.
place.
I didn't realize I had a run feature until like probably over an hour of playing. I
Oh
was like,
man.
why am I going so slow? And I was like, oh, I can run. Why did I
Yeah.
never notice this until now?
And then you get to the screen, the Switch 2 screen, you slip and
You're
slide, and
sliding around. Yeah,
it's
it's kind of
so
cute.
smooth.
Kind of cute.
Yeah.
Kind of cute. You don't really lose momentum if you fall either. You kind of just keep going.
Right. Yeah.
So, well, there it is. There
That's
you have
it.
it. That's a Tarqaron score of 4.
4. All right. There it is. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Crazy that,
Welcome.
like, there's Welcome Tour and Mario Kart, that's it at launch. And you
Yeah.
have to pay for Welcome Tour, too. It's crazy. I already paid $80
Uh
for
huh.
Mario Kart. And you're going to make me pay $10 to
Well,
welcome.
I technically only paid $50 for it because I got the bundle. So,
True. All
yeah.
right. Well, thanks for
And
watching. Yeah.
also the first game I played on my Nintendo Switch 2, Soul Calibur 2.
Okay.
I was waiting for the. I forgot. This is a stupid feature. Nintendo consoles need to figure this out. But if you use any application that's using the Nintendo network, you can't download something at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So I can't go in and play Nintendo GameCube games because that has to connect to the internet to say, hey, you're allowed to play that because you have a Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass membership to be able to play this. So it has to connect there, and that means you can't download at the same time. So I did that
Yeah.
unknowingly. I was like, I'll just play some. I don't know. I'll play some Soul Calibur 2. I like this game a lot, and I did. And then I went back to the home screen. It was like it hasn't been downloading. I was like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. When I got my Switch 2, I decided not to do the whole transfer because I kind of wanted a fresh start um, with Switch 2.
Okay, that's fair.
But when I
I
put
did.
in
I did.
Welcome Tour, it would not let me play it until I go to my original Switch, update it, and then change a setting that makes that the primary owner or whatever. Some weird thing on the
Oh.
Nintendo eShop settings. So it took a while
Oh,
to get
okay.
that set up, and then you go back to the Switch 2. You have to do a whole thing with the QR code and then sign in on your phone to your Nintendo account and then
Huh.
switch that setting. And then I go back and I could actually play the game I physically just put into the Switch 2. And yeah. Yeah, this is also my first time. I never used any of the NSO stuff previously on the
Hmm.
Switch. And so in the Switch 2 it was my first time actually upgrading to do that. And so I was having fun doing
Hmm.
some GBA games and Super Nintendo games and whatnot. I
Yeah,
I
there's
played
good
through a
stuff on
whole
there.
WarioWare on GBA. I started playing some Super Metroid, so it's kind of
Yeah.
sad that that's kind of what I resorted to because there wasn't anything else to play other than Mario Kart. But
Yeah.
I
But hey, Mario Kart's a really good game. So
we
for
need
what
more
that's worth.
GameCube. We need more GameCube stuff though, because those three I have those, and I feel like I've
Yeah.
played a decent amount of those. So I feel like I want something, at least something.
What are they again? What is it again? Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and what's the third one?
and F-Zero, or no?
Oh, is F-Zero
Is
GX?
that the other one? I think so.
I think that is the one. I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
the one. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm waiting for something like a bigger single player experience, like a Fire Emblem. Even though I do have that, that's one that would be fun to just be able to play on the Switch too,
For
and
sure.
other stuff like that. Um, Again, I mean, I have a lot of
Yeah.
GameCube games, but it would be cool to get some of these more, maybe some of these multiplayer games too. That would be interesting to be able to play online. But I mean, I guess you get that. You can play. Can you play Soul Calibur 2 online in F Zero GX?
I think so. Yeah, I think you can. You have
Okay.
to. You have to select the certain. So there's a setting on the Nintendo Switch Online like menu in each thing that you have to. I think that you have to select in order to play it online. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I'm aware, you can.
All right. Well, that's it for
So
Welcome
anyway,
Tour.
yeah,
All right. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Like the video. Let us know your thoughts if you played Welcome Tour. All right. Where are you
yeah.
at with it? Um,
Are you like me? Are you a simp? I'm trying not to. I did enjoy my time with it. I can't lie about that. So
Sometimes it takes some time to reach enlightenment, and it's a process.
yeah,
Um,
well, is what it is.
if you enjoyed this video, by random rules, pulled up a
Random rules.
random Tarqaron video for you to check out, and that is not Super, Survivor, Cook Islands, episode 14 reaction, Hot Tub Humpback. That's what it's called.
Okay, sure, yeah.
That's the
Why
one.
not?
I think that must be the one where Parvati, Ozzy, and Yule were in a hot tub for the reward.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
iconic. Pretty iconic trio there, huh?
Yeah.
Check that out if you like Survivor. If not, we got plenty of game reviews on the channel, and we're trying to get more in there by doing Bargain Bin, which is random low price games. So get more reviews in there, and we've also been reviewing all the 3D Mario games. We've been going through those every couple months. So yeah, thank you for
Good stuff.
watching.
All right.